Hi, my name is Maria Mora. This week I downloaded two extensions. There were several extensions that I really liked, but my two favorite ones was the read aloud that looks like this, and the second one was the voice and voice typing. So, what the read aloud does is that it has the capability to read aloud a full internet page or document or just parts that you select. So, I'm going to ask it to start reading this blog post that I read this week on project based learning.
Project-based learning, start here. Despite the popularity of project-based learning,
So, as you could hear, it started reading from the beginning of the document and then it highlighted that first sentence. I also really like that I was able to pause, and it also has the option to play again and stop, which I think it's a really neat tool for students to use whether they're in class or they're outside of class. It also gives them their own time to kind of play and pause the text wherever, however they want it to be read to them. So I'm going to select a sentence now, and I'm going to ask it to read aloud just that one sentence.
if any of this sounds familiar, then this will help.
So then it stopped by itself. The second extension that I added is the voice and voice typing. So with this, you can search, you can go to Google and you can ask it to search for anything you want. So what I did earlier is I searched for the weather in Dalton. So I'm just going to go to Google and I'm going to click on the icon. It's actually on the right hand corner of the search bar. Search for the weather in Dalton, Georgia.
It's 43 degrees and clear in Dalton.
So as you could hear, I really like that it can actually give you the weather and it reads it aloud for you at the same time. And so you could pretty much use Google and use the key to search for any videos, maps, news, whatever you want to search. I also like that it works with the Gmail. So if I want to compose an email, and I'm going to say, um, so I'm going to click on the voice in voice typing. To whom it may concern, comma, new line. I am reaching out to you. So I stopped it. Notice I was able to add commas, periods, and even add a new line. So I think this is really helpful for students to use to communicate with teachers, and then it's also a good tool for teachers and parents to also communicate. It's a really good tool for students with disabilities or students that have trouble typing in whatever they want it to type. So the next thing that I also added were add-ons. So in my add-ons, I added the easy clip art. I know it's simple, but I really like it because I kind of miss those days where we were able to just add clip art with no trouble instead of having to go to Google all the time. And so I can just click there and I can type in, I don't know, numbers. I guess since I teach math, numbers come to my mind. And then you can just click on it and it inserts the number there for you. The second add on that I really like, so I think this add on is actually pretty neat for students to use whenever they're doing projects or they want to add just simple pictures. And so the second one was the math type. And I'm going to click on Insert Edit Math Equation. I don't know if it's because I teach math, but this was my favorite one out of the add-ons that I added. And with this one, I can just type any equation, any expression, anything that I want to add. So it's got the brackets, it's got the absolute values, it's got I can click outside. It's got a place for me to do a square root. And so if that's what I wanted to insert, I would just click on insert and it would insert it into the document. However, my favorite part of it is clicking here where the hand is. So I can draw whatever I want and it pretty much types it in as an equation. So for example, I'm going to use my finger and I'm just going to say a squared plus b squared equals c squared. And on the bottom right hand corner, it types in whatever equation you want and you click on insert and it inserts it into the document. I think this is really neat because I've had my students type in different math equations and it's kind of hard to work with the equations that are embedded in Word by doing like insert equation, and it takes longer. So not only is this easier, but it also saves time. And the second add-on that I added, or the third add-on, was the Translate Plus. So I'm going to type something in first. I'm just going to say from my reading this week. So I'm going to highlight the text and I'm going to go to add-ons and click on Translate Plus and start. So now it has the language to translate to Vietnamese. I don't know Vietnamese, so it may translate it right. I don't really know. But I'm going to pick Spanish since I know Spanish and I want to see how it works. And it says, de mi lectura de esta semana, which it's actually very accurate, a very accurate translation. So I really like what it does, and students can use it also at school, outside of school. They can use it to translate something that they don't understand, or they can even translate something that they don't know how to say it, but they know it in their language. So I think it works. It could work in very different ways, and with our population of students at Dalton High School, mostly being Hispanic, I think this is a really good tool for them to use as well. I look forward to learning more about the extensions and add-ons that you added, and I hope you enjoyed my video.